Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
Welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 28 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension, obesity, all manner of skin diseases, psoriasis, eczema, acne, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure, because the human body is always a healing system. It is always a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis without drugs, without doctors, without insurance companies, without Obamacare, but it needs raw materials to do its work. The raw materials we call nutrition and nutritional supplementation, and while some folks may call that healing and renewing and regenerating system miraculous, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health and nutrition or prescription drugs, let us help you. Let us help you get off your get off your pharmaceuticals and get on a good nutritional supplement program. We welcome your calls at 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010. We can help you change your life today. If you're dealing with a health crisis, a health challenge, if you have a loved one, friend, family member, workmate who is dealing with a health challenge, we can help you. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear advertised or recommended on the program, you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470, or you can head over to my blog, pharmacistben.com, which we update regularly with news stories as well as blog posts. You can order products directly off the website, pharmacistben.com. You can also go to criticalhealthnews.com, or brightsideben.com. You can sign up to join the Brightside Ben team off the website, or you can call the phone team at 866-735-2470, and they can give you the scoop. 866-735-2470. Our number today, 844-236-6010. We'll get your calls here in our second segment. Try to call in early so we can squeeze in as many calls as possible. Hate leaving people on hold. If we've left you on hold in the past, tell our call screener and we'll get you first up. 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010. Okay, thank you for joining us once again on The Bright Side. We're talking zits, pimples, acne. Last we spoke, we were talking about this nearly universal skin condition, at least in the West, nearly universal in our Western society, affects 80 to 95% of teenagers. 40 to 50 million people are going to break out at one time or another. It is by far and away the most common skin disease. It's one of the most common of all diseases, skin or otherwise. And it's not a disease that affects indigenous cultures to any great degree. In some cultures, it doesn't even exist. It's quite rare. Obviously, then, acne is not an inevitable skin health issue. It's not an inevitable issue. And if you're dealing with it, please understand it involves something that we're doing to ourselves. And that means food. And that means diet. And that means nutritional supplementation, or the lack thereof. However, given all the crap we're fed via commercials and television and doctors and the medical model, via all the silliness that we're told about how to address skin health issues from dishonest, out-of-integrity commercials and celebrities, if we are truly going to address our skin health issues, acne, psoriasis, rosacea, whatever, we're going to have to understand how the whole thing is put together, how our health conditions develop. In the case of acne, how exactly the disease shows up. Last we spoke, we said acne is a pore and follicle issue. It is a pore issue and a follicle issue. It occurs in the openings in the skin. You can't really see them unless you look really, really, really closely or under a microscope. Pores are little openings to the structure, or it's actually an organ inside the skin called a follicle. The follicle is where the hair is produced, and between the follicle and the pore and the hair and a little oil gland that's located in that follicle. Can you imagine this? This is all happening. It's all occurring at the microscopic level. A little tiny gland, like a pump, is pumping out oil. A little tiny structure is making hair, and it's popping out of the opening in the skin, which is called a pore. The skin is covered with these hair-making structures. Each one of them has a microscopic oil pump. It's called a sebaceous or sebum gland, oil-making gland, and it's this three-part system: the gland that makes oil, the follicle, and the pore. It's a three-part system where a pimple begins. The pore and the follicle are like everything else in the body. They're lined with cells. They're made up with cells, and it's these cells that really are the beginning, where the beginnings of a pimple appear. All disease is cell disease, and the skin disease called acne is no different. A pimple is formed in its initial stage by overgrowing cells. This is a common way that cells exhibit dysfunction. All disease is cell disease, and one of the ways that cells manifest the disease state is by growing out of control and squirting out proteins or squirting out chemicals out of control. It's an out-of-control issue. The protein that's made by skin cells is called keratin. It's kind of like your fingernails. Your fingernails are made up of keratin. Horse hooves are made up of keratin. Feathers are made up of keratin. Keratin's a very common structure. So if you can imagine this hard protein that's being secreted in abundance by out-of-control growing cells, you can kind of see how a pimple is going to get formed. Acne is a skin cell disease. It results from sick skin cells. And these sick skin cells exhibit their disease by overgrowing and by squirting out lots of protein. And this is the basis or the beginnings of the formation of a pimple. Without the rapid development of these cells and the accumulation of the hard fingernail-like protein, you're not going to have a pimple. But once these cells begin their out-of-control division and growth, well, that's where you're going to get your pimple. You notice there's nothing here about bacteria. This is when you understand how a pimple forms, you can see how idiotic the idea is to just kill bacteria with an antibiotic or topical or systemic, or even worse, to give a hormone. This is one of the latest dermatological strategies for dealing with acne, to give hormones. But you can see the beginning of a pimple, the beginnings of the disease called acne, have nothing to do with bacteria. They have everything to do with out-of-control growing cells. Why do cells grow out of control? Well, the same reason why any cell gets sick or any cell gets dysfunctional. It's starving, it's suffocating, and it's toxic. And if any boneheaded medical professional gives somebody a hormone to deal with this kind of problem, they need to go back to medical school. They need to figure out they need to understand how a cell works. You're learning more on this program than your doctor knows if your doctor is still giving you a hormone or an antibiotic for your acne. So anyway, at this point, you've got these out-of-control growing cells. You've got the protein being squirted in abundance. You don't quite have a pimple yet. You have the beginnings of a pimple. At most, you're going to have a hard bump on the skin. Dermatologists will call, or skincare professionals will call, these hard bumps milia, M-I-L-E-A. And milia is basically a little tiny cyst composed of dead cells, lots of dead cells, and this hard protein called keratin. The next component of the formation is the oil. So now you got this hard protein, you got lots of cells dividing, you got a little clog, you may have a little hard bump called a milia. Then you get the oils. Now, if skin cells grow over the oils, if skin cells grow over these hard oils, you still don't quite have acne. However, if skin cells grow over the oil and they trap bacteria, that's where you're going to run into problems. That's where you're going to run into your pimples. That's where pimples will really start to form. The combination of bacteria, oils, overgrowing cells, and hard protein. Even worse, under conditions of nutritional deficiency, sebum or skin oil becomes thick and sticky. Under ordinary circumstances, sebum or skin oil is going to flow out of the pores, and then the sebum will remain on the surface of the skin. The normal bacteria that live on the skin will convert it into volatile fats, we've talked about those volatile fats will evaporate. But when the pores are starting to clog up with dead skin cells and hard protein and the sebum is sticky, now you got a big problem. Then bacteria start to feed on the sebum, and this is where acne pimples. This is how an acne pimple forms. You notice nothing about hormones, nothing about antibiotics is really going to help change this condition.
Mike Stenerson from Midas Resources. At no time in history have precious metals been more important, certainly not in my 22 years in the industry. The dollar has lost over 90% of its value in the last 60 years. No fiat currency has ever survived the government printing presses. Ours is not immune. The time is now to be proactive. 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Anything tied to the dollar is at risk. CDs, annuities, 401ks, IRAs, stocks, bonds, you name it, so decide. Do you want to leave a legacy of wealth or debt for your family? The choice is yours. Call me at 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Be proactive, not reactive. Call 1-800-686-2237, extension 116.
There's a man named Dr. Joel Wallach who is anything but your typical doctor, both a veterinarian and naturopathic physician. Doc asks, why does the United States spend more money on health care by far and still rank 50th in health and longevity worldwide? He believes that people should empower themselves with a basic understanding of nutrition, take charge of their health, and attain optimal health and longevity through nutrition, not by toxic prescription drugs that lead to side effects and more toxic prescription drugs. Doc Wallach's message is resonating with an increasing number of Americans who are waking up to all the big government, big pharma, and big insurance manipulation of our healthcare system. I'm George Norrie, and I like what Doc Wallach is saying and doing to enlighten people about health care. Visit criticalhealthnews.com and listen to Dr. Wallach's Deadly Recipes lecture. It makes a lot of sense, and I urge you to join our Critical Health News team. Go to criticalhealthnews.com. That's criticalhealthnews.com.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
The human body is extraordinary. Despite all the stresses we inflict upon it, it still works hard to stay in balance. Thousands upon thousands of people rely upon Heart and Body Extract to help their body stay balanced. This excellent 100% natural herbal formula helps maintain healthy blood pressure levels, cleans arteries, promotes good circulation, balances cholesterol, and more. HB Extract, paired with healthy lifestyle choices like good nutrition and exercise, can give you a life free of pain, sickness, and fear. Recapture your youthful vitality and experience your body healing itself with the aid of HB Extract. It's extremely effective and it starts working in just days. Visit hbextract.com to learn more and to read scores of testimonials from satisfied customers. And we've never increased our price in over 10 years. That makes Heart and Body Extract as great a value now as it was the first day we sold it. A healthy heart is a happy heart. Call 866-295-5305 or go to hbextract.com.
We are America's largest independently owned communications network, GCN.
Back on the bright side, got lines open for you, 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010. If you want to join the Brightside Ben team, start yourself a longevity business, make some money selling longevity products, and get your products at the wholesale price as well. Call the phone team at 866-735-2470. 866-735-2470. Make sure you ask them about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine multivitamin powder, multivitamin and mineral powder. Tastes great, works quickly, only $50 a canister, $50 or so a canister. And you can get it right off the website, brightsideben.com, or you can call the phone team at 866-735-2470, and they can tell you all about it. Okay, so 3 steps to the formation of a pimple, 3 steps to acne, if you will, the beginnings of acne anyway. Skin cells growing out of control, sebum, skin oils flowing excessively and thicker than normal, and then a bacterial proliferation within this clog inside the pore or follicle. So the first step, if you're going to deal with acne, is to address the skin cells that are growing out of control, the skin cells that are clogging up the pores. First thing to think about is vitamin A. Vitamin A is a normalizing vitamin. That's what we call it in the skincare business. It's a skin cell normalizing vitamin. It stabilizes the growth of cells. It slows down the growth of cells. If they're growing too fast, it speeds it up as is required. That's why it's used to treat cancer. Retinoic acid, the active form of vitamin A, is used as chemotherapy. It's also important for keeping cells dividing appropriately in a fetus for growing a baby. This is why it's so silly when you hear doctors say not to use vitamin A if you're pregnant. It's really dumb. Ask your doctor. If he's telling you not to use vitamin A when you're pregnant, say, Doc, isn't vitamin A a cell growth vitamin? Doesn't the fetus need vitamin A? Doesn't a fetus need vitamin A to grow correctly? Ask your doctor that next time he tells you. And this is what they say if you're pregnant, to stay away from vitamin A. They even tell you not to use vitamin A cream. So just ask your doctor. Ask your doctor, say, Doc, I thought vitamin A is important for the growth of the fetus. Isn't that correct? See what he says. Anyway, it's a key vitamin, by the way, for fertility. Vitamin A is very important for fertility. It's so important for fertility that drug companies are looking at poisoning the vitamin A system, or giving poison vitamin A, fake vitamin A like Accutane, as male birth control. Vitamin A is a key vitamin for manufacturing sperm. So by poisoning the vitamin A system, or by giving cells fake vitamin A, this is the theory anyway, this is the drug company logic, will poison the vitamin A system. Men won't be able to make sperm, and that'll be like birth control. Never mind that vitamin A is used for 100 other things in the body. It's just the craziness of the medical model. Anyway, vitamin A is important for keeping cells dividing correctly. If you're dealing with fertility issues, if you just want to be strong and healthy, you want to supplement with vitamin A. I call it vitamin anabolic because it's involved in the building process. Certainly if you have acne, it is the go-to vitamin. It is the main vitamin involved in protecting the skin from the formation of pimples because it stabilizes the growth of cells. It stabilizes the growth or normalizes the growth of skin cells. If you're thinking one step ahead and saying, well, maybe vitamin A deficiency is involved in some of these health issues, you're probably right. If you're not supplementing with vitamin A, chances are you're not getting enough vitamin A. It's hard to get in foods, and by the way, beta-carotene is not vitamin A. Vitamin A is only an animal vitamin. Yes, there is some vitamin A-like activity from beta-carotene, and the body, for some folks anyway, they can do a conversion from beta-carotene into vitamin A, but technically, vitamin A is an animal vitamin. Only animal products, eggs, dairy, and meat and fish are going to be your sources of vitamin A. It's not found in plants. I'm not down on vegetarians. It may sound like it. Most of my diet is vegetables, and vegetables are certainly plant material, certainly should form a large part anyway of most of your caloric intake. There's lots of things in plants that are not in animals. There's lots of phytonutrients that are found in veggies and in fruits that you can't get from an animal-based diet, from dairy or from eggs or from meat, but that's not to say that meat and dairy and eggs are not super-duper valuable, especially when it comes to vitamin anabolic vitamin A. If you do have acne, or even if you don't, but especially if you do, you definitely want to be supplementing with 10 to 20,000 IU a day. And you can also use topical vitamin A. Topical vitamin A, just like internal vitamin A, just like supplemental vitamin A, is the go-to internal nutritional supplement for dealing with acne. Topical vitamin A is the go-to main topical treatment for acne. There's 3 types of topical vitamin A. The first kind is the kind you'll see in most products, most over-the-counter products. It's called retinyl palmitate. It's very mild, very, very mild, really mild, almost to the point where it doesn't really do much, and it's very inexpensive. It's used in around 0.5% or 1% concentrations in most skincare products, which is really not going to do much at all. When I formulate with retinol palmitate, and I formulated many products with retinol palmitate, I use 5%, 6%. I made a product with 18% retinol palmitate. If you buy it over the counter, you buy it in the department stores, you buy it your standard skincare, where you buy your standard skincare products, you're going to get half to 1%. Pretty much ineffective. Sometimes you might find a medical type product in a spa or medi-spa, you'll see 2% concentration. Retinol palmitate is non-irritating and it is stable, and in the world of vitamin A, that's a pretty good thing, as we'll see here in a minute. Retinol palmitate it's not going to hurt anybody, and it is stable. It's a protected form of vitamin A, and that makes it easy to work with from a manufacturing standpoint. But the stability of retinol palmitate comes at the cost of effectiveness. There's an interesting relationship between instability and potency. Typically, things that are nutrients that are unstable have a lot of potency, but they break down quickly. Retinol palmitate is a stabilized form of vitamin A. It's not going to break down, but it's not all that effective. And that makes products that have retinol palmitate in them pretty ineffective, and certainly ineffective for dealing with acne. On the other hand, the strongest form of vitamin A is called retinoic acid. And that's the type that's used in chemotherapy for lung cancer. That is the super potent form of vitamin A. That's the form that vitamin A takes inside the body when it does most of its work. So it makes sense that this would be the most potent form for dealing with acne. And it is the most potent form for acne. It's a prescription. And you know what else? Retinoic acid, which is the active ingredient in Retin A, can be used for a lot more than just acne. It's a vitamin and it's healing. And it's got some tremendous, tremendous skin health benefits for anti-aging. In fact, I consider retinoic acid, the active ingredient in Retin A, and its cousin, which we'll talk about tomorrow, to be the single most effective topical skincare products you could ever use for a lot of reasons, and that includes wrinkles, photo damage, and anti-aging. And we'll talk about that. We'll continue talking about that tomorrow. And then we'll tell you about retinoic acid's cousin, where retinoic acid comes from, and how you can get this form of vitamin A that retinoic acid is derived from over the counter without having to deal with your doctor. And it's pretty darn effective for anti-aging as well as for acne. It gets converted into retinoic acid. We'll talk about that tomorrow as we continue talking about acne and remedies for acne on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to Austin, Texas, and welcome Anna to the bright side. What's up, Anna? How you doing?
Hi there. It's just so nice to meet you. I've been listening to you for a long time.
Oh, good deal. Thank you so much.
I have a lot of respect for you.
I appreciate that.
And so I was recently diagnosed with breast cancer.
Okay.
They went to do a biopsy, though, and they ended up doing a lumpectomy and removed most of it.
How far along did they say you were?
Well, I think it's a stage 2 ductal.
Okay.
And they thought it might be inflammatory, but I'm pretty sure it's not. We just read the report. I don't want to do chemo. They want me to do chemo for 4 to 5 months.
Anna, hang tight because we're going to take a break, okay? Don't go away. Don't go away. We'll finish up when we come back from break. Thanks, Anna. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average over 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
By now, you may have heard a bit about Bitcoins. But did you know Bitcoins are now over an $8.5 billion market? And did you know that over 65,000 businesses now accept Bitcoins? Listen, if you're already earning Bitcoins or trying to make money in the Bitcoin market, you've got to know bidbit.co. Why? Because bidbit.co is where you can easily receive Bitcoins by selling and auctioning off your own personal items or promote business products and services for Bitcoins. You heard right. Whether personal or business, you can now buy, sell, and auction your products and services quickly, easily, and securely for Bitcoin at bidbit.co, the first and only marketplace website to offer BidBit Escrow, a proprietary technology which gives buyers and sellers security and peace of mind because all transactions are protected. Start today. It's free to join, free to post, free to auction, and free to bid at bidbit.co. Buy, sell, bid, or auction everything Bitcoin. That's www.bidbit.co. bidbit.co.
Most people know that drinking pure high alkaline pH water is the most important factor in maintaining high energy and vibrant health. Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops combine a unique formula of the most alkaline minerals. Using plasma pH drops is the best way to make your water alkaline to help you get rid of acid and regain your health and energy. Simply put 10 drops in the water you drink to raise the pH to a healthy level. Alkalizing water helps your body rid itself of acidic waste and increases the oxygen content of your body. Disease organisms like bacteria, viruses, and cancer cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH drops now by going directly to alkavision.com. That's ALKA Vision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776 today.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
A little right, a little left, but always independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network, GCN.
We are back on the bright side. Thank you for joining us. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number, 844-236-6010. If you've got questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, we welcome your phone calls on the bright side, 844-236-6010. We're talking to Anna in Texas, Austin, Texas, about breast cancer. Anna, you there?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm in Austin.
You're in Austin, Texas. Love Austin.
Yes.
Have I met you? Did I get to meet you when I was...
No, I have not met you.
Okay,
I have not met you. I would like to do that.
Okay, next time I come to... Hopefully I'll be in Austin sometime this year. Okay, so stage 2 breast cancer is... it's one of the... You're not that far along, and it does have a cure rate. Doctors... of course, are going to use chemotherapy and hormone. Did they tell about hormonal therapy, too? They want to do that sometimes.
No.
No?
They told me to stop taking progesterone cream and the estrogen.
Well, how long were you on the estrogen? Were you on a long time?
It wasn't estrogen. It was just an herbal
Oh, okay. Estroven. It was the black cohosh, blue cohosh deal.
Yeah.
Is that what that is? Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I was on Premarin years ago, but I've been off of that for a while.
Okay, good for you. How old are you, can I ask?
66.
Okay, ironically, progesterone will help balance out estrogen, and estrogen is associated with cancer, and progesterone is anti-cancer. You may want to mention that to your doctor or do some research on that. So I don't know if you may want to mention that to your doctor. Here's the thing: once a cancer cell, once a cell is at its wit's end, it's been starved for a very long time, it's been suffocated for a very long time, or it has been toxic for a very long time. It doesn't know what else to do, basically. So it will start to divide rapidly as a way of getting energy. Smaller cells and cells that aren't as functional are more energy. They use energy more effectively. So cancer cell it's a survival skill for a cell. A cell will turn cancerous as a way that it's to survive, basically. It's going backwards in time, and it's utilizing energy in a different way just to make it, basically. So it's a sign that the cells in the body have been tortured for a long time. So what do? You calm the body down. This is why fasting is so effective. And fasting is a wonderful way to deal with cancer. You can Google fasting and cancer.
I have been doing the grape juice fast.
Well, grape juice is not your friend, ma'am. It's not. Grape juice is filled with sugar, and cancer loves sugar. This is one of the ways a cancer cell utilizes energy. It becomes a sugar burner. Most cells will burn fats. A cancer cell is a cell that is only a sugar burner. So sugar feeds cancer. So the grape juice is not a good idea, especially on a fast. However, fasting is a good idea. When you're fasting and doing grape juice, the grape juice goes right into your blood. The sugar goes right into your blood, and it'll raise your blood sugar very quickly. So if you're going to do grape juice, make sure you have some food in there, some fiber with it, to slow down the release of sugar. All the nutrients that help you handle sugar, however, are going to be your friends, and that means the B complex, all of the B complex, magnesium, zinc, chromium, and vanadium. In fact, there's a intravenous therapy called the Myers cocktail, which is made up of B vitamins and magnesium, and that, in addition to helping you handle sugar, is also used to treat cancer. So you might want to look at the Myers cocktail as a nutritional therapy. You'll have to have a naturopath do that for you. Meyers, Myers cocktail. Also, glutathione, intravenous glutathione can be helpful. Glutathione is the body's main cancer fighter. It's the way the body handles cancer. So upping your intake of glutathione through glutathione building substances, whey protein, for example, the supplement glutamine can be helpful. High protein foods are going to have glutamine in them. NAC, N-acetylcysteine, is a component. Cysteine is a component of glutathione. The mineral selenium is also important as a component of glutathione.
I've been taking selenium. How much selenium should I take?
600 to 800 micrograms a day of selenium. Make sure you're using enough vitamin C. If it was me, ma'am, I'd be doing intravenous vitamin C. In fact, if it was me, I'd be getting a naturopath just to do IV nutrition. So including the Myers cocktail, including glutathione, including selenium, including the B vitamins, and including vitamin C in high doses. High doses of vitamin C have a tremendous record for dealing with cancer. Read anything by Dr. Thomas Levy, Levy. You can Google him. We had him on the program here a couple years ago. He talks about using mega doses, intravenous doses of vitamin C for dealing with cancer.
Like how much if I'm doing it orally?
You could take as much as you want. You do 10 grams a day. It may cause a little bloating or gas or diarrhea, so you don't want to go into that. So find out where that cutoff point is for you. Maybe 3 grams a day, maybe 5 grams a day. Some people can do up to 10 grams a day. You don't want to go into diarrhea, though, or any bloating. So find out where that point is for you. Make sure you're doing the Biolumin Nightly Essence. That's the probiotics, maybe 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night. The Z-Radical, which is made with fucoidin, is wonderfully anti-cancer. A lot of great literature on that. Again, 3 capsules of the Fucoid Z in the morning and 3 capsules of the Fucoid Z at night. You can also do seaweed products, anything that's seaweed. You can go to the health food store and buy those seaweed flat seaweed strips, and you can make your own seaweed salads. The seaweed is wonderfully anti-cancer. Anything that has those kind of mucilaginous sugars will have cancer protective benefits.
And I've been doing the nascent iodine.
Iodine's great too. Also bone soup. Cartilage products have anti-cancer properties. Make sure you do homemade chicken soup. I call it bone soup, where you throw the bones in and dissolve the bones with apple cider vinegar. Calming the body down, deep breathing techniques, nutritional supplementation, staying away from sugar and problematic foods. What you'll notice here is there's nothing special that you're going to be doing for cancer. You're going to be doing the same thing that everybody has to do, but you have to do it with more vigilance. Everybody should be restricting their calories, but you got to do it with more vigilance. Everybody should be fasting once in a while, but you got to do it with more vigilance. Everybody should be doing nutritional supplementation, but you got to do it with more vigilance. Last but not least, there's a very important relationship between fat metabolism and breast cancer. The breasts are fatty tissue, and fat metabolism, when it goes awry, you can have byproducts of fats that are not being processed correctly, and also hormones that are not being processed correctly. Fats are the fatty system of the body processes estrogen and progesterone, so working on fat metabolism can help as well. Using bile salts on a daily basis, estrogen is cleared out of the body from bile, so if you have a gallbladder problem or a liver problem and you're not making enough bile, that can be problematic, so make sure you're using bile salts, B-I-L-E, bile salts, as well as digestive enzymes, apple cider vinegar after all your meals. You can see all of these are wonderful strategies, and it could very well be that your cancer itself was started because you were missing some of these things. So it makes more sense to me, and I can't tell you what to do, ma'am, but it makes more sense to me to approach the digestive strategies and food strategies and nutritional strategies before you go into chemotherapy, as long as you have some time. Calm the body down, nutritional supplementation, work on the digestive system, and focus especially on fats and fat metabolism. Don't forget your fatty vitamins as well, vitamins D, E, A, and K. Make sure you're getting a little bit of sun for your vitamin D. And God bless you. I hope that helps, and I hope that works out for you, Anna.
Thank you so very much. I
God
really
bless you, man.
appreciate it.
God bless you. Hope to see you sometime soon. Thanks, Anna.
Oh, I hope so. When you're
Bye-bye.
not. Thanks.
Okay, Carl, the Truth Raider. What's up, my friend?
Good morning, Ben. Carl, the Truth Raider, is once again proud to have the special privilege to host my favorite guest in the Pacific Northwest, Pharmacist Ben Fuchs, on a talk on April 29, 2015, at the Multnomah County Library. It's going to be entitled Your Health Hidden in Plain Sight. It's going to be at 6:30 p.m. at 4040 Northeast Tillamook Street here in Portland, Oregon, in the Hollywood District. So I just wanted to get that out there, get that plug out there.
I appreciate that, Carl. That's
sure,
the 29th. What day is today? Oh, my God. That's 3 weeks. 3 weeks from tomorrow.
That'd be correct.
What is it, Tuesday night? When is the 29th? 25th?
It's going to be Wednesday. Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. sharp.
Okay, good deal. Thank you so much, Carl, for that. Appreciate it. And we'll keep plugging it as we go on, as the weeks go by. Thanks, buddy. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thank you for listening. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back with more of your phone calls right after this. Don't go away.
As a parent, one of my greatest concerns is for the safety and well-being of my family. But no matter how concerned I am, it doesn't take the place of taking action and preparing for the unknown. I plan by having a GoFood savings account where I allocate a little money each month to have health store quality food delivered to my door at budget store prices. Although GoFoods are storable for 25 years, they are family mealtime favorites even today. My family asking to eat the food that we are storing lets me know that when we only have the food we stored to live on, that we won't have the added stress of eating unfamiliar or undesirable food. Buying GoFoods is investing in the future of my family. Convenient packages allow me to buy according to my budget, and I get free shipping on my monthly orders. To set up your GoFood savings account, call 800-648-9753 or on the web at www.storefoodnow.com. That's 800-648-9753.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
The human body is extraordinary. Despite all the stresses we inflict upon it, it still works hard to stay in balance. Thousands upon thousands of people rely upon Heart and Body Extract to help their body stay balanced. This excellent 100% natural herbal formula helps maintain healthy blood pressure levels, cleans arteries, promotes good circulation, balances cholesterol, and more. HB Extract, paired with healthy lifestyle choices like good nutrition and exercise, can give you a life free of pain, sickness, and fear. Recapture your youthful vitality and experience your body healing itself with the aid of HB Extract. It's extremely effective and it starts working in just days. Visit hbextract.com to learn more and to read scores of testimonials from satisfied customers. And we've never increased our price in over 10 years. That makes Heart and Body Extract as great a value now as it was the first day we sold it. A healthy heart is a happy heart. Call 866-295-5305 or go to hbextract.com.
Hi, this is Steve Sanchez, and based on a recent study, it was found that 57 million Americans had legal issues over the last 12 months, but only 60% of those studied sought out the services of a lawyer. Why? In a nutshell, affordability. Well, my friends at Legal Shield have created a solution that can help you not if, but when you need an attorney. For as little as $17 per month, Legal Shield will provide you unlimited access to qualified attorneys at an accomplished law firm for advice and counsel on legal issues, no matter how serious or trivial. For over 40 years and with 1.4 million families across North America, Legal Shield can help you, the loyal GCN listener. Representatives are standing by now to answer your questions, so call them now at 1-855-340-SAVE. That's 1-855-340-7283, or visit them at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com.
Results will vary from case to case.
Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are GCN.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. Cancer's a tough one, man. By the time you got cancer, something's been going on for a long time. That's why you want to get on a nutritional supplement program and change your diet and use all the strategies we talk about on the bright side while you're healthy, especially intermittent fasting, especially caloric restriction, especially staying away from foods that are advertised and promoted and marketed by our corporate food system, the corporate swill, I call it. Okay, 844-236-6010 is our number. Ryan in Wisconsin, welcome to the bright side. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Ben, how are you?
Doing good. How's it going in Wisconsin today? Where are you? Where in Wisconsin are you?
I'm in Milwaukee right now. It's all right. It's a little cold, but I just wanted to thank you for all the work that you do and all the hard work you put in. I know it takes a lot.
I appreciate
a lot of passion and stuff. And
it's love.
I just wanted to let you know that you're just helping so many people, man. And it's just incredible. So
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so my question today is, as a kid, I'm 23 years old right now. The past few years of my life, I've really taken my health into my own hands. I suffered from overeating and compulsive eating as a child into my teens, due to several emotional things and whatnot.
Well, hang on. That's kind of interesting, though, Ryan. Because you're right. When we are stressed out emotionally, we tend to eat more. It's a way of It's a distraction device. It's a way of taking our attention away from our emotional issues, and I think that's a component that's missed a lot. How did you make that link? How did you notice that there was an emotional component to your eating? Most people aren't aware of that.
Well, I guess here's where the question comes in. So it's a perfect link right there. I really, my digestive system never held up. What happened was I would eat so weirdly. I guess I just didn't have the proper nutrition or intelligence on what I was supposed to be doing as a kid. That I was in pain a lot. I would suffer from bloating and severe problems. And I even for 10 years, 10, 11, 12 years, and eventually I just got to the point where I knew that something wasn't going right. And when you have these issues, especially when emotions are involved and stuff, you're really blinded. You really have no idea what's going on sometimes.
Did you not? When you had your digestive pain, did you know that it was food that was doing it, or you just had no idea that was what was going on?
No idea. I thought I was just different. I just didn't know, because when you're a kid, you're not really well educated about this stuff. Not at all. So it's just nice to be grown up, and I have the ability to learn on my own. So I guess my question was, can you talk a little bit about, what overeating does to your system? Like, what are the negative impacts on it?
Oh, yeah.
And what are some ways that you can really, strengthen the system after it's been broken down? I mean, I do a lot of the things you're talking about already, but I guess that's just my question.
Those are great questions. How is your health now?
It's great. I found fiber to be very beneficial. It's practically saved all my problems that have literally flipped around.
Do you make your own fiber? How do you do your fiber?
I grind up flaxseed in a coffee grinder every morning. Put them in protein shakes.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you hear that from the program from me?
Yes and no. I knew about it, and then once I started listening about 6 months ago, you were talking about it, so I really decided to do it on my own as well.
Very
and
nice,
it really
very
helps. It's incredible. So
and it fills you up, and you're not as hungry during the day.
Right, correct. So, what I used to do is I used to overeat so much to the point where it hurt, and I just never had any idea what was going on. So right now, I guess, just real quick, I'm trying to build muscle. I can't eat a lot without my system kind of blowing up back at me, and so I can only eat in small amounts now. And I think it's because
you only want to eat. No, don't worry. You only want to eat in small amounts. Food is overrated. Food is overrated. It's a political and it's a industrial and it's a corporate issue, really. We're encouraged to eat because people make money off of us eating. We don't need to eat that as much as we think we need. In fact, you'll find if you're really, really hungry, Ryan, what you're experiencing, most people will experience. If you're really, really hungry, you have a couple bites of food. If you're paying very close attention to your belly, you're going to notice that you're not hungry. And this is very important, this distinction between the belly and the brain, or the belly and the eyes, the belly and the head. When we eat, for the most part, we eat from our head. But from a biological standpoint, we need to be eating from our belly. We need to be focusing on the belly. And what you'll notice is, and even if you don't want to control your eating, if you just want to experience what it's like to eat from your belly, next time you're hungry, really, really hungry, have a couple of bites of food and then place your attention in your belly, and you'll notice that from your belly standpoint, you don't want to eat. But you still may want to eat from your brain. Your brain will say, no, I want more food. But your belly, if you're listening really closely and you've had a couple of bites of food, your belly will say, no more food. We got to learn to pay attention from an eating perspective. We need to pay attention to our physical digestive system. Now, here's where to answer your question about the problems with overeating. Calories represent heat. Calories are a unit of heat. The body doesn't like a lot of heat. Heat represents work to the body. The body has to work to cool itself down. So the more you eat, the hotter the body gets. It's kind of like your computer. Your computer doesn't run as well when it's really, really hot. You got to keep your computer kind of cool. When it runs really, really hot, if it runs too hot, it's going to turn off. What you got to do with the same thing is true about food. What you got to do if you find yourself overeating, what you want to do is you want to, number one, what you're doing is great, more fiber. That'll have a filling effect. And number two, start to move your attention into your belly from your head. And you'll notice that as you place your attention in your belly, you will be less and less hungry. Another strategy is to make sure you're nutritionally supplementing. One of the reasons we eat a lot, in addition to the psychological and emotional reasons, one of the reasons we eat a lot is because we're looking for nutrition. Our food today doesn't have the nutrients that it needs, that we need to run our body. So we eat our food, the brain doesn't get the brain recognizes that the nutrients aren't in the blood, it'll send you out for more food. So getting on a nutritional supplement program is another great strategy. I'll bet that has something to do with why you found yourself eating less food. You probably started a nutritional supplement program, especially with the electrical nutrients. If you are eating, try to get nutritional supplements with your food. Sip on some Beyond Tangy Tangerine while you're eating. You'll find yourself eating less food. So the combination of fiber, moving your attention down to your belly, from your head, and making sure you're on a good nutritional supplement program can go a long way towards allowing you easily to withstand so-called hunger pangs, which are usually mental and emotional strategies. And then last but most certainly not least is start to use emotional techniques, meditation, relaxation techniques. You'll notice that when your body is completely relaxed, when you're, let's say, after a hot shower, if you've been lying out in the sun and you're totally relaxed, you'll notice that you're not as hungry. So trying to establish relaxation techniques into your day, that can also have a positive effect on eating behavior, allow you to eat less food. So between relaxation techniques, moving your attention around, practicing moving your attention around, eating more fiber, and then making sure you're on a good nutritional supplement program, those are great ways to withstand the urge to eat. And then to answer your question about the problems with overeating, it has to do with heat and it has to do with calories. And I'm not even talking about the toxins that are in food, in processed foods. That goes without saying. That's going to be a problem. But just the heat from eating regular food, the calories from eating regular food, have a negative impact on health. And this is why the less you eat, the longer you live. Every study that's ever been done on longevity and caloric restriction indicates that the less calories you intake, the longer your lifespan. And not only that, but the less calories you eat, the better you're going to feel. There's something called postprandial inflammation that occurs after eating any food. Prandial means eating, post-eating inflammation, and this occurs after any food. Think about it. When you put food into your system, basically the enemy is getting into domestic territory, your body. So an immune response is mounted, an inflammatory response is mounted from any food that we eat. And once inflammation goes up and once the immune system goes up, if it keeps happening, it's a short jump to the disease state, and it's a short jump to early demise, unfortunately. So the less you eat, the longer you live. The less you eat, the better you feel. And of course, the less you eat, the more money you're going to have, because you're going to be saving money on food. And that's a fringe benefit. Does that help you, Ryan?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for all you do. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. God bless and good luck. That's great news. I appreciate you sharing that, Ryan. All right, that's all the time we have for today. Tomorrow we'll continue talking about skin diseases and acne, and we'll talk about vitamin A. We'll talk about vitamin A's cousin that you can get over the counter. You don't need a prescription for this. It's vitamin A. It's actually true vitamin A. We'll tell you what that is tomorrow. And by the way, with caloric restriction, when it comes to calories, if you have any kind of inflammatory health issue, and of course most diseases involve inflammation, you're going to find that you feel better. And this is why people who fast have reduced symptomology when it comes to autoimmune diseases and other inflammatory health issues. That's how easy health can be. Health is simple, my friends, and that's why I say it's hidden in plain sight. You don't need a doctor. You don't need medical intervention. You don't need drugs. You just need common sense strategies. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back at you tomorrow with more good health information. Have a wonderful, beautiful, spectacular day. Bye for now.
Attention taxpayers. If you've received a notice from the IRS or state, do not ignore it. It's also a big mistake to try and handle your tax problem on your own. If you owe back taxes, it's a fact that the government has the power to take everything you own, including your home, business, wages, savings, and your freedom. But here's the good news. There's a special toll-free tax hotline set up especially for you. This tax hotline will tell you about new programs that are geared to help you dramatically settle, reduce, or eliminate what you owe. But you have to call now. Take down this number or put it in your cell phone. But call 877-345-7645. That's 877-345-7645. When you call, you get free information on how you can reduce or eliminate back taxes, including penalties and interest. You can also be helped if you have unfiled returns, a tax lien, wage garnishment, bank levy, or if you've been entered into a payment plan but can't make the payments. Don't make the big mistake in thinking you can ignore or handle your tax problem on your own. You can stop the collection process immediately at 1-877-345-7645. That's 1-877-345-7645. 1-877-345-7645.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Wall & Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Wall & Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall & Associates. 1-800-425-4610.